What's going on, y'all? Kristaps Porzingis thinks he should be in the starting lineup for this year's All-Star game. An interesting All-Star game because we're actually going to have captains picking their teams, which is cool and it's never been done. It's going to be interesting to see how this works. But, I mean, obviously with something like this, someone's going to get bent out of shape. It happens every year. And I guess you could say that Damian Lillard is the prime example of the guy that gets snubbed every single goddamn year. The guy is like on the cusp of making the All-Star game. He never makes it. But like, I don't know. Everybody thinks they're a little bit better than they are. I mean, that's really how it works in the NBA. And rightfully so, because if you're an NBA player, if you're an NBA star especially, you're up there with some of the best basketball players in the world. And everybody's a little bit biased. I don't think everybody has that like correct grasp on exactly how good they are. And yeah, I guess it's subjective. I mean, if you're like the worst player in the NBA, you could think you're the best. And I mean, that's your opinion, but everyone's going to think you're an idiot. Either way, we still have players, that get selected that people think shouldn't. Players that don't get selected that they think that they definitely should. And in this case, we now know who the starters are in this All-Star game. And Joel Embiid is the starting center for, I guess you don't know what team he's on because they have to pick, but essentially he was the Eastern Conference center that got picked, or like big man, because Kristaps Porzingis was eligible for this spot. I believe it's you can vote power forwards or centers into this spot. And of course, the process, Joel Embiid ends up making the starting lineup, and Kristaps Porzingis, he says, look, the players know, okay? He doesn't say much more than that. He just says, the players know what's up, basically saying, like, the guys in this league that play basketball know that I'm better than Joel Embiid right now, is basically what he's saying, I guess. And, it's not really a huge deal. It's not a huge topic, but it is something I want to talk about because it's always great to have discussions about these young players that not only are they already great at such a young age, but they have so much more to do, and they're, gonna get so much better. A direct comparison between Kristaps Porzingis and Joel Embiid this season, who really deserved to be in that All-Star game starting spot. I know it really doesn't matter because it's a voting system and it's everybody's opinion, but I'm curious. I wanna dig into the facts. Just look at who really deserves this spot. Is Kristaps Porzingis right? Does he really deserve this spot over Joel Embiid? Let's take a look. First of all, the 76ers are in the 8th spot as I'm talking, and the Knicks, they're in 10th. The Knicks and the Sixers have the same amount of wins, but the Knicks have 5 more losses than the Sixers, which places them 2.5 games behind. And the Sixers, they don't have Markelle Fultz right now, so I guess we can assume that they are trending up. They will probably win more games throughout the rest of the season than the Knicks, but even from a standpoint of right now, we have the Sixers with a better record than the Knicks, which, really doesn't mean anything on the surface. If we don't look into the details, if you look at the guys these guys have on their team, I would definitely say that Joel Embiid has a more solid team around him. I think Ben Simmons is a better player than anybody else on the Knicks besides Kristaps Porzingis. I'd say that they have a pretty good overall squad, although their offense is very sloppy. They don't exactly, play consistently night in and night out. They have their ups and their downs, but they have like some good players, some really good role players, such as JJ Redick and Robert Covington. And I would definitely say that the Sixers have a better foundation for a team than New York Knicks do. With the Knicks, the only other dude on that team who can really get his shot, besides Michael Beasley, because I was about to forget about Michael Beasley. We can't forget about Michael Beasley. That guy is a walking bucket. He's your favorite player's favorite player, and he's the king of New York, and he's the MVP. So now that I think about it, the Knicks actually have a way better team than the Sixers. In all seriousness, though, Michael Beasley, he is a pretty good player off the bench for this team. He's not exactly a defensive guy. He's not like, 8 assists, 10 assist floor general dude, but he gets buckets, and that's always something you can use. Another guy that gets buckets is Tim Hardaway Jr., which is who I was really about to talk about in the first place before I remembered, Michael Beasley. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a guy that, like, he's kind of, he's like one step away from being a borderline star. Like, he can score very well, and he gets buckets, but he doesn't do enough elsewhere, and he's not consistent enough at scoring to be considered a star. Like how Lou Williams is like a borderline star because he's scoring well. And I'd actually say Lou Williams is a star this year. He's playing like a star in 2018. In 2017, like this year, he's a star this year, I would say. But I think Tim Hardaway is like a notch below him. Still a good player. But I don't think that like they are coached as well, and I don't think that they play together as well. They do have some solid players, though. I mean, Enes Kanter is solid. Jarrett Jack's all right. But overall, I would say I'd give the edge in terms of your team support just barely to Joel Embiid. Now, if we take a look at the stats, Joel Embiid, he averages more points. He averages more rebounds by a ton, but I mean, Kristaps Porzingis is a power forward. He is a guy that's more on the perimeter than Joel Embiid. But Embiid, I mean, he averages 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2 blocks, and he shoots 49% from the field. People laughed at me. People thought it was funny. People thought it was dumb when I said that Joel Embiid is the best center in the league before the year. And where are these people now? I mean, the only guy you can make a case for being better than Joel Embiid right now is DeMarcus Cousins. That's the only player in the NBA. Only player. And if you think DeMarcus Cousins is better than Joel Embiid, that's fine, because they're close in my opinion. I think Joel Embiid's a better player because I think that he has a better impact on his team. I feel like he does more in terms of the basketball game because he plays both ends better, and I don't know, I think that he doesn't shoot as many ill-advised shots as DeMarcus Cousins. He's a better IQ and shot selection, but if you think DeMarcus Cousins is better than Joel Embiid, it can't be by that much. Like, it can't be a landslide that DeMarcus Cousins is the best center in the league. If you look at Joel Embiid's numbers, you just watch him out there and see how much he affects his team. Like, his net rating is crazy. They are so much better when he is on the floor because he gives them so much on both ends. It's actually ridiculous, which is like a really underrated aspect of his game. But like I was saying, Joel Embiid averages more points, more rebounds, more assists. He shoots better from the field by 5%. And you know what? Kristaps does average more blocks. He does shoot better from 3, a lot better. But I think that even though Kristaps averages more blocks, I still think Joel Embiid's a much better defensive player because he's changing more shots. He's like a bigger guy down there. Kristaps Porzingis isn't always playing at the rim because he plays power forward, doesn't always guard a center, which Joel Embiid does. So I do think that Joel Embiid has a bigger impact on the defensive end than Kristaps Porzingis does. In terms of statistics, I would definitely give the edge to Joel Embiid, not just for these, your simple like points and rebounds, but I just think, for example, take a look at their offensive and defensive ratings when they're on and off the court, the differential. Like Kristaps, the Knicks, their offensive rating is 5.3 better when he's on the court compared to when he's off. For Joel Embiid, it's 9.3 better. For Kristaps Porzingis, in terms of the opponent's offensive rating, it's down 1.4 when he's on the court compared to when he's off, so that's good because they're scoring less points. For Joel Embiid, down 7.4. And overall, if you add those two together, Joel Embiid's overall rating goes up 16.6 when he's on compared to when he's off. For Kristaps, it's just 6.6. So they're both, of course, positively affecting their teams, but Joel Embiid, it's so much stronger with him. He's also just a beast on both sides. He has really almost no weaknesses on the court. I don't really get how you're going to make a case for Kristaps Porzingis being better right now. Try to make one. But, I mean, I feel like you think Kristaps is better. That's fine. Let me know why you think that in the comments. What do you guys think about this? I think they got it right. And also, I think Joel Embiid's a more entertaining presence than Kristaps Porzingis. Even though, 7'3" dude that can shoot and is athletic it's not boring to watch. But Joel Embiid he just looks like he's having so much fun out there. He's also like a player we've never seen. I mean, he can do literally everything as a big man. That's crazy. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.